Dear students, observe these two fractions. Yesterday we discussed whenever a terminating decimal is given, if it is written in the form of p by q, where q is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, a terminating decimal. Yesterday once you see the statement, x be a rational number whose decimal expansion terminates, x can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are co-primes, and the prime factorization of q is of the form 2 power n, 5 power m, where n m n are non-negative integers. Let us see the reverse of that one. 35 by 50 and 5 by 8. Two fractions are there here. So here 5 sevens simplified. 5 sevens are 35, 5 tens, 7 by 10. It is in p by q form. How can you factorize 10 ones to 5? 7 into 2 power 1 into 5 power n. So here the denominator is written in the form of 10 q is written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where n, m are negative integers. So what is the result? 7 by 10 means how much it is? 0.1, 0.7. 7 by 10 means how much? 0.7. So it is a terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. See, yesterday terminating decimal is given. It is converted into p by q form. Today p by q form is taken. If q is written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where n m are non-negative integers, it can be written into terminating decimal. And we take 3 by 8 is also in the form of p by q. If we factorize 8 to 4s, to 2s, to 1s. So 3 by 2q into 1. 1, it can be written as 5 power 0. So 3 by 2 cube into 5 power 0. 5 power 0. So here also q is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where n m are non-negative integers. Non-negative integers. Non-negative integer. It may be 0. 0 is an integer. So, but it is neither positive nor negative. Okay, 0. 5 power 0, 1, it is written as 5 power 0. Let us see now 3 by 2 cube. To convert into decimal fraction, what is there here? 2 cube. So yesterday, remember the statement, q should be in the form of 10 power m. Q should be in the form of 10 power m. So multiply both numerator and denominator by 5 cube. 5 cube. Then what happens here? 3 into 5 cube means 125. How it can be written as 2 into 5 whole cube. 2 cube into 5 cube. 2 into 5 whole cube. 125 is how much? 3 5s are 15. 5 1 3 12s. 36 plus 1 375 by 10 cube. That is equal to 375 by 1000. means that is 0.375. That is 0.375. In order to understand, here I write 1 is equal to 5 power 0. Okay, 2 cube into 1, 2 cube into 5 power 0. From this we can say it is a terminating decimal. And in order to convert into decimal form, it should be multiplied by 5, both numerator and denominator by 5 cube. Both numerator and denominator both are multiplied by 5 cube. Why? To convert into decimal form, and the denominator should be in the form of 10 power m. To convert into 10 power m, 2 cube is here 2 cube, so it should be multiplied, both numerator multiplied by 5 cube. Okay? From this we will come to one conclusion from these two examples. Once again you see, here these two are two rational numbers. It is in the form of p by q, it is in the form of p by q. Q, how we are writing the q? Q means your denominator. The denominator is written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. Then it will be a terminating decimal. You observe this statement. Whenever a rational number is taken, if the denominator is prime factorized into the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, denominator is factorized. Denominator means here q is factorized into the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, then the rational number is a terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. Here also see it is a rational number. Here q is factorized into the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. So it is also a terminating decimal. From this we will draw the conclusion. See, we got this theorem from the above said examples, above discussed example. In those examples, first we took a rational number p by q, x is equal to p by q. Is a rational number such that the prime factorization of q, what we did in the previous two examples, q is factorized, q is prime factorization of q. Then how it will be? It will be in the form of 2 power n and 5 power in both the examples. The q is prime factorized. It is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. 5 power m. What about m, n and m? N and m are non-negative integers. Then what is the result we got? If x is a p by q and q is prime factorized into the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers, then what we got the result? X has a decimal expansion which is a terminates. Terminates means terminating decimal we got. So this is the converse of the 1.3 theorem. In 1.3 theorem, a terminating decimal is taken. It is written in the form of p by q, where q is written in the form of 2 power n into 5. If it is a terminating decimal, q is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. Here you see p by q is a rational number. If q is prime factorized, reverse of that one. There the hypothesis comes here into conclusion. There the conclusion comes into the hypothesis. In the 1.3 theorem, hypothesis. What is the hypothesis? It is a terminating decimal. What is the conclusion? P by q is a rational number. Here what is the hypothesis? X is a p by q. What is the conclusion we got here? It is a terminating decimal. Intermediate, what is that? Q should be in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. The terminating decimal is converted into p by q form. Here p by q rational number is converted into a terminating decimal. In 1.3, a terminating decimal is given. It is converted into p by q, the rational number form. According to 1.3 theorem, whenever a terminating decimal is given, it is converted into rational number. Here a rational number is given and it is converted into terminating decimal when the denominator is, that is the condition. Denominator is prime factor is 2 power n into 5 power m. That is the condition. There also that is the condition. The denominator should be in the form of 10 power m. Don't confuse. Both are 1.4 theorem is nothing but the converse of 1.3 theorem. Is the converse of 1.3 theorem. There the hypothesis comes into a conclusion. There the conclusion comes into here hypothesis. If part comes into a then part, there the then part comes into if part. In every theorem there are two parts, if part and then part. If part means the given part is called hypothesis. The then part means required to prove is called conclusion or TP. You observe the there the if part is comes here to the conclusion. There starting only it is a terminating decimal. Here the ending is the terminating decimal. There the ending is a rational number p by q. The starting is the p by q is a rational number. So 1.4 is the converse of 1.3 theorem. Now according to this theorem, for homework page number 11, you do these problems. You see two more fractions are given, or real numbers are given, 1 by 3 and 2 by 11. And what I do by division 3. 10, 3 3s are 9, 1, 0, 9, 1, etc. So 1 by 3 can be written as 0.3 bar and 2 by 11 0.0. Then 1 is 11, 9, 0, 11 8 is 88, 2, again once, 9, 0, 8, 88,
repeating
2, so etc. So 2 by 11 can be written as 0.18 bar. So what type of decimals are? It is a non-terminating, already discussed in 9th standard, non-terminating and recurring decimal. Recurring, non-terminating and recurring. This one also non-terminating and recurring or repeating. Recurring. Here what about Q? Q is 3. Can you factor it? Can you write in the form of 2 power 3? What are the factors of 3? 1 into 3 of denominator. What is here? 11. Factors 1 into 11. Can you write it? The 3 in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m? Can you write the denominator here 2 power n into 5 power m? No. So from these examples we are coming to one conclusion. See, from the previous examples we are drawing this one conclusion, we are drawing this statement. It is nothing but theorem 1.5. In the previous examples, first we took a rational number p by q is a rational number. There we observed q. What is q? Denominator. There the q cannot be written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. We cannot prime factorize q into the form of 2 power n into 5 power m up. We observed in both the examples. So where n and m are non-negative integers, q is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. Where n and m are non-negative integers, then x has a decimal expansion which is non-terminating and repeating. Simple one. If you take a rational number p by q, you take the denominator. If the denominator is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, is not in the form of 2 power n and 5 power m, is not in the form of 2 power n and 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers, then x has a decimal expansion which is non-terminating,
and repeating.
non-terminating, repeating or recurring. So here two fractions are given to us. Whether they are terminating or non-terminating, repeating the non-terminating and repeating decimal. How can you check? Without actual doing division. Without actually doing division. The division process we know already. And the remainder is 0, it is a terminating decimal. And the remainder is not 0, it is non-terminating. If something is repeating, that is called non-terminating and repeating decimal. So how can you check it? So P by Q 4175 instead of co-prime. Let us see the 41 by 75. Factorize the 75. 5 15s 75. 5 3s. So 41 by 75 can be written as 5 square into 3 power 1. So how can you write the Q here? 5 square into 3 power 1. So here Q is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. 5 power is there, but 2 is not there. 3 is there. So what can you say?
We have to
Is it
multiply
terminating
it
decimal
again.
or non-terminating and repeating? So here Q is not in the form of
In the form
is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. According to which theorem? 1.5 theorem. According to 1.5 theorem. Previously we discussed that Q is not written, not factorized.
in the form of 2
form
power
of 2 power n into 5 power m. Q is not in the form of 2 power n. 5 we got, but in the place of 2 we got 3. So is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. Non-negative integers. So what can you say about this fraction? What can you say about this P by Q form?
It is non
It is a non-terminating
and
and repeating decimal or recurring decimal. Say 75. You see a peculiar case it is. 3 square you are getting. Many people by seeing this problem, majority of them what they will say, it is a non-terminating
repeating.
and repeating decimal by observing this 3 square. But we have to observe the numerator also here. 7218. 3 square can be written as 9 into 5 square. Simplify it here. 9 8 is 72. 0. 9 2 is 18. 9 2 is 18. 9 2 is 18. 8 1. Now 1. 9 8 is 72. So what we got here? 802 by 5 square. Okay. Here 2 power 0. 2 in the place of 2. What is the 2 power 0? But it is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. 2 power n into 5 power means 5 power something is there. 1 means in previous problem 1 means 2 power 0. So now we want to convert into terminating decimal. Terminating decimal.
Into 2
Here,
square by 2 square.
U is in the form of u is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. This factor non-negative integer according to which theorem? 1.4 theorem. Non-negative integer. You see, observe, in 2 power n into 5 power m, in some cases m is equal to n. In some cases m may be greater than n. In some cases m is equal to 0, n is not equal to 0. In some cases m is not equal to 0 and n is equal to 0. Here see 5 power m means here n is 0. 2 power n means n is 0. Okay, it is in that form, no doubt at all. It is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power 5 square. 2 power n means 2 power 0. So we want to convert into decimal form because it is a terminating decimal. We should convert into decimal form. How? 5 square is there by 5 square. To convert into 10 to the power of m, we should multiply it with 2. What is the exponent of 5 here?
2 square.
So 2 square by 2 square, both numerator denominator. Multiplied by that. 8 not 2 into 2 square means 4. By 5 into 2 whole square, that is equal to 4 to the 8, 0, 4 0, 4 8 is 32 by 5 into 2 means 10 square, that is 3208
by 100.
by 100, that is equal to 32.08. See how it is, how is the problem. Basically here 75 is there. But 3 is appearing here. But 3 is also appearing here. But even the 3 here is appearing, it is a non-term. Here 3 square is appearing, but it is not. So people, please understand, in the denominator, while prime factorization of the denominator, observe the primes in the denominator. If only 2 is there, it is a terminating decimal. Only 5 is there, it is a terminating decimal. 2 and 5 are there, it is a terminating decimal. In addition to 2 and 5, something is there other than 2 and 5 prime number. If 3 or 7, something is, some more primes are there. They are not terminating decimals. They are non-terminating decimals only. For terminating decimals, Q should be in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. I gave clarity here. 2 power n into 5. Some examples you see in this example, 2 power n is 0. Sometimes m is equal to n. Here, sometimes 5 is 100 if you okay, sometimes m is equal to n. Sometimes m may be greater than n. Or in some cases, m is greater than n or m is less than n also. In some cases m is 0 and n is not equal to 0. In some cases m is not equal to 0 and n is equal to 0. And now, full homework you are giving 1.3 exercise by using the theorems 1.4 and 1.5. Do the first 1, 2, 3 problems. 1, 2, 3 problems. This problem completely, this problem completely, and this problem completely. This one, and this one. So read the problem without doing actual division means follow it. Sometimes he is not mentioned that word, then you may follow the division process also. It's very easy topic. So rational numbers P by Q, one is terminating decimal and one is non-terminating and a repeating decimal or recurring decimal. In connection with this, we have 3 theorems: 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. 1.3, 1.4 1.4 is the converse of 1.3. 1.5 is non-terminating. It is a theorem connection with non-terminating and repeating decimal. Okay. See, dear students, once again I am repeating this one. Here 3 square is there. Many people will, what they think about this problem, 3 is there, 3 square is there. But even though other primes, not only 2 and 5, if other primes like 3, 7 are there, you see the denominator, you see the numerator. Sometimes the numerator may be simplified by those primes. Here you see, this numerator is simplified by 3. Sometimes it is simplified by 7. Sometimes it may be simplified by
11, 13, something
like that, you see that one. That is one remark we have to notice in this one. Generally, it should be in the form of 2 power n and 5 power n. In addition to that one, if any prime factors 3 or 7 or something 11 is there in the
if it is simplified,
prime factorization of the denominator, at that time we observe the numerator also. Remember, again I am saying, observe the numerator also. Sometimes with these primes, the numerator may be simplified. If it is not simplified, you know how to do the problem. If it is simplified, you see it here 3 is simplified. Here the numerator is simplified by 3
denominator
and 9. It is simplified by 3 square and it is the numerator simplified by 9. So like that you have to notice the numerator and the primes in the denominator. You should notice the primes in the denominator and notice the numerator. Primes in the denominator and the numerator. If any possibility is there, simplify. Then you go to the process. Okay. See, here is a problem. 43.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 digits are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 questions are there. Whether it is a rational or not. If it is rational, express in the form of P by Q. When you express in the form of P by Q, what can you say about the prime factors of Q? 3 questions are there. So first of all, put a question. What type of decimal it is? Is a terminating decimal. If a terminating decimal is a rational number, so it is rational. Okay, we will do this problem in this manner, then we will finally answer these 3 questions. 43 point, first of all convert into P by Q form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, how many decimals you should remove? We have 9 decimals. So with 9 zeros means how much it is? You know that one? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, lakhs, 10 lakhs, crore, 10 crores, 100 crores. They are multiplied both the numerator and the denominator. 9 0, not equal to 100 crores. So what happens now? 43, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here 9 zeros are there, so I am writing this as 10 power 9. After 9 decimals, you should point. Okay. Decimal is shifted to this one, you know that one. So now 43, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How can you write 10?
2 into 5.
2 into 5 whole power 9. So 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. AB whole power m is 2 power 9. into 5 power 9. You see both n and m are equal here in this case. Both n and m are equal. First of all, a terminating decimal is taken. It is written in the form of p by q form. There q is written in the form of 2 into 5 whole power 9. So what are the answers for this first question? Rational or not? It is a terminating decimal. So answer for the first one is a rational number expressed in the form of p by q form. You know that one. And q. What can you say about the prime factors of q? The prime factors of q are 2 and 5. And it is q is written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m. Like that we have to answer the 3 questions in this one. In a similar way, some more problems are given in page number 13. Try to do these 3 also. It is a terminating, it is a non-terminating and non-repeating. Non-terminating and non-repeating. Non-terminating, non-repeating. We know here it is a non-terminating and repeating. So try to answer the questions for this problem in this manner, and do this one also. Up to here we completed in the first chapter up to 1.3 exercise.
Okay.
Up to here in the first chapter we completed up to 1.3 exercise. Thank you.